filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Unfazed with JJ and AJ. Both teams coming off dubs, so I think we both are on the high note. But Joe specifically, Washington's still in the number one seed, man, the NFC East. He got the shades, he got the jersey, he got the background. He's still feeling good. But just to double check, Joe, how you feeling, man?
Oh man, feel the same like last week. Feel like first place, you know. I know a lot of people hit me up and say, "Hey Joe, you ain't wearing these next week. How you look on me?" Feel like I still got these on. You know, it feels good to be a Commander fan. You know, I know you guys been here before. Number one seed. You know, not number one seed, number one NFC East. Big win on Monday Night Football, putting up a lot of points. You've been there before, but you know us, we haven't really been there a lot. So I gotta cherish the moment where I can. And listen, man, why I got these shades on?
Why is that?
The future is bright. The future is bright. The future is bright. But how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We coming off a win ourselves, man. So I'm feeling pretty good. A lot of people doubted us, man. A lot of people counted us out. I almost did. You know what I mean? But I still went with my birds, and we found a way to pull out a dub. But we're not going to talk about that yet. We're going to get to that when it's time to get to that. We got to start off with these Commanders, man. Coming off an impressive win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe, how far do you think Jayden Daniels can take the Commanders this year? Not next year, not in the future. I know you said the future is bright, and it may be bright, right? It may be. Might agree with you there. But as far as this year, right now, how far can your boy take the Commanders?
Hey, look, before I answer that question, my man Dave said, someone break those shades. We know it ain't the last place 49ers. That's all I know. Last place 49ers, that's all I'm saying. All right? But shout out to my boy Dave with the $1, $2 super chat. You know, let me get on one time real quick. Where you at? Where you at? Where we at? Hold up. Let me turn up for one time. All right, he want to turn up. Send that audio to the 49ers. So hopefully they can turn up the wins. That's all I gotta say. But I'm feeling good, AJ. I don't know what it is.
Hey.
Your boy's sober. Your boy's sober, but I'm high with these 2 wins. You know what I mean?
Hey,
like,
I can't
38
blame
points, we looking good. But listen, man, how far can Jayden Daniels take us? I would say, honest opinion, NFC East champs. This is like we talking about the ceiling, all right? NFC East champs, you know, and obviously anything's possible, but first round, make it into the second round, divisional round. I can see that. Kind of like a CJ Stroud type year, right? See, what concerns me the most about this team is the defense. If you watch that game, or you watch any game we play, although we scored on 17 straight possessions. 17, think about it. We scored on 17 straight possessions. The first game we lost by double digits. Second game, we won by 3 points. Right? And 3 points. Well, no, sorry. We won by 3 points, I believe, right? And we just won by 3, but let's touchdown again. So although we're scoring all these possessions, the defense is also giving up points on all these possessions. Don't forget, the Bengals didn't punt the ball also. The Bengals didn't turn the ball over also. So I am worried about the defense. I do think the defense will get better as the season progresses. My personal opinion, we don't have the personnel to have an elite defense right now. I don't think we have the edge rushers. I think our DBs aren't solid right now. We got a rookie. We're starting guarding Jamar Chase 101. I like Mike from Michigan, but he's a rookie. He's still learning, getting better. He's more of a slot corner also. We had him on the outside yesterday. So we got some growing pains. St. Jude's, man, he shows signs here and there, but then he gets burnt here and there also. And we also are banged up in the secondary. So I don't really trust the secondary at all. But the offense, come on, man. I mean, I said the future is here. I tweeted this. He's no longer the future, AJ. He's now. My concerns with him going through this, coming to see, I said 7 games. My concerns were rookie. I don't know how quickly he would adjust. Like rookies, everybody don't come out like CJ Stroud. So I didn't know how quickly he would adjust. But he adjusted well. Now look at his progression from game to game. Game 1, what he do? Look like a running back. Look like a guy who didn't want to look downfield. Game 2, first half, same thing. Running. Then he got smacked to the air out of him. Come out the game for a play. He comes back in. He sits in the pocket a lot more. Start delivering. Game 3, AJ, this is what I'm most impressed about. Monday Night Football, prime time, going against the Cincinnati Bengals. We talking about Joe Burrow, 0-2, desperate, playing on the road. We know what Joe Burrow can do. Start off 0-2, go on a win streak. Happens every time. T. Higgins is back. Jamar Chase scoring the first possession. First. And then all that pressure, score every possession. We score touchdowns every possession until the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter comes, we kick a field goal. First field goal we kick all game, we make it, right? Shout out to our kicker. 8 for 8 for the year so far, last 2 games. We found the kickers also. Shout out to Adam Peters. Man, 8 for 8, kick a field goal. We're up by what? We up by 10? And what happens? The Bengals come right down and score in like a minute and 20 seconds. So now it puts pressure on us. We're like, okay, we can try to burn this clock out, give them a kick a field goal, play conservative, and give that defense no, that defense has been we haven't been stopping it all game. We need a touchdown. What happens on the first play? False start. First penalty of the day. Crowd going crazy. What happened after that? Your boy, Zach Ertz, catches the pass, fumbles. We recover it. But the crowd, Bengals going nuts. What my boy Jayden do? Man, Cliff, give me the play. What you waiting for? Give me the play. Third down, convert. Fourth down. We got a rookie, but we got a real rookie. We got a real one. We going for it. Convert with the legs. Convert with the arm. And don't 3rd and 7. Come on now. 0 blitz. I know I'm going to take the hit, but I trust my guy, Terry McLaurin, who I'm very happy for. Those are perfect dime. According to next gen stats, that was the most difficult completion in Commanders history, AJ. Do you know that?
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
At that time of the game, if he don't make that catch, AJ, we kick a field goal, Joe Burrow come right down the field, and we got to go to overtime probably. Come on now. And that's the most difficult catch also of the year. So the future, yes, we can get to those heights, like I said, because Cliff Kingsbury, I give him his props. And the playbook is not even open up all the way yet. It's great. Like, that's why your boy try to make, I ain't going to say your name because you should never say what you said. I'm not going to give you the shine. But you said what you said, all right? And you said we got a college offense. Well, I mean, Terry McLaurin, man, you look like a college player. How about that? Because if we got a college offense, you must have got a high school defense. That's all I got to say, all right? I'm not going to say his name, give him all that credit. But we're gradually over. Okay. Protest.
I had to. My bad. Keep going.
I didn't realize you had an Eagle shirt. That should have worn my jersey. But so I would say that I would say that we can potentially win the East, but I still got the Eagles being the favorites to win the East, obviously. But I think far as like heights, East, and then second round.
You crazy. You crazy. I got some numbers to throw at you. So, Jayden Daniels, first 3 games of his career, 664 yards, 171 rushing yards.
Woo.
We're gonna do a little bit of a blind reveal, like how you did last week. I ain't got the graphic, but y'all bear with me. Okay. I got some more numbers to throw at you. This is in comparison to another. Now, remember, I said 664 passing yards, 171 rushing yards, first 3 starts.
Okay.
That's quarterback A, which is Jayden Daniels. Quarterback B, 747 passing yards, 198 rushing yards.
Woo!
You want to guess who that other quarterback is?
Woo! Let me guess. Is it Jalen Hurts?
RG3.
Okay, I like that. Okay, I like where you going down. I'm ready for you. Go ahead.
Nope, ain't even going there. That's his ceiling for his rookie year. RG3. First round, up out of there. I think that's what his ceiling is. If I'm not mistaken, I can't exactly remember if they won a division or not. Maybe you remember that or not. I can't remember if they won a division that specific year, but I remember them going into the playoffs. RG3 did go into the playoffs hurt that year. He wasn't 100%. Maybe if he was 100%, they win that first round matchup against Seattle, but he wasn't. He was banged up. If I'm not mistaken, he didn't even finish the game. I could be wrong in that though. I think that's the game he re-injured that knee, if I'm not mistaken. But nevertheless, won some games, played phenomenal for the most part all season long, up until the injury. Even when he got hurt, still continued to play phenomenal and made the playoffs. I think that's the ceiling. I think, like I said before, they can win 9-10 games. I think the highest they get is the second seed in the division. They potentially make the playoffs as a 7 seed, and they are tough out in the first round. That's where it's at. That's where it's at, though. And the reason why that's where the line is, you said it. That defense, basura, garbage, trash. It's awful. It's awful, and we all know it. These boys are ranked 29th overall right now. They're giving up 29 points per game, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. Now I know they're looking at bringing in X. We'll see if that works out. I saw that, rumored. We'll see if that works out for him. We'll see what X has left in the tank. I do think he has some juice left, but at the end of the day, I'm looking at the secondary. I'm looking at the defensive line. I'm looking at everything in its totality. I think it has a lot of potential. But overall, Jayden going to have to put up 27, 28, 30 a game. And I have faith in him. I'm high on him. I think he can do it. But to ask him to do this 11, 12, maybe 13 times, depending on where the Cowboys and the Eagles fall, is going to be a lot to ask from a rookie quarterback. People, again, I expected. Let me put it like this. I expected him to be good. Now, this a 91% completion percentage, leading the league in completion percentage. Like, I didn't expect all of that. I will admit that, but I did expect him to be good. I said off the record and on the record, it's going to be hard for defenses to game plan for him. You don't have much film on them. You don't know what the speed is looking like right away. You haven't gotten a feel for the accuracy. You haven't gotten a feel for the arm talent. You just don't know. So it's like throwing a shot in the dark right now. But as the season progresses, he's going to have his highs. He's going to have his lows. And the problem with the Commanders is if you're playing anybody else but the Giants, for the most part, you got to be on high. The moment you're on low, it's probably an L because this defense is giving up 29 a game. So that's why I say, reasonably speaking, I like the future for the Commanders. I've said that before. I do think they have potential to make the playoffs. I think I had them finishing 9-7 and just barely missing the playoffs. But it wouldn't shock me if they made the playoffs, was a 7 seed, and was a tough out for whoever is that 2 seed. But when I look across the landscape of the NFC, it's very early, but I expect the 49ers to be around. I expect Philly to be around. I expect, Detroit to be around. Well, actually, no, I think I predicted them to miss the playoffs. I expect now. Bears. I might have been wrong about the Bears. We're
still early, AJ. We still early.
But yeah. We might be off in that one. But I expect other teams to be around at that spot that are going to make it tough for him to advance beyond the first round if they make the playoffs. But I think it's a reasonable ceiling. For him in his rookie year. To expect to win the East, though, even at the height, you tripping. They ain't winning the East. High ceiling or not, they ain't winning the East. But I do think they make the playoffs at their peak. And at their basement, I think you might have been right. I think they get 6-7 wins. But that's at the basement. I don't think they do that. I think either they get somewhere in the middle or they reach that ceiling of, making the playoffs and being a tough first-round exit. I think they'll be out of there, but they'll be tough, nail biter. You got to move the ball down the field and score that last field goal or that last touchdown and put them away. That's how I see the Commanders right now.
Okay. Let me revisit what you said first. You said I'm tripping. I wrote that down. I'm tripping. All right.
Yes.
But then you turned around and compared this to the RG3 year. I don't know if you remember, we won the division that year, Circle. Okay.
Correct. I said I could have been wrong. I said I could have, I couldn't quite remember. Eagles wasn't the Eagles at that time, but keep going.
And also, we had the second worst defense that year. Second behind the Broncos. We gave it the second most yards that year. Made the playoffs. And also, if RG3 never got hurt, we go to second round. Don't forget, we scored on the first 2 drives. We went up 14-0 on the Seahawks, and RG3 got hurt on the scoring drive. And then he came out the game. Kirk Cousins came in. We tried to put him back in the game, and he immediately got hurt. And we haven't scored. We didn't score after that. And we lost 24-14. So who would have said if RG3 was healthy, we beat the Seahawks and we go to second round and play the Atlanta Falcons. But it's neither here nor there. But like I said, our ceiling is winning the NFC East. I mean, that's a legit ceiling. I can see that. I definitely can see that. Because, yes, y'all can win 12 games. Y'all can win 13. Y'all can win 14, 15. I don't know, right? But y'all haven't shown early so far that, yeah, it's automatic they're going to win 14 games. It's automatic going to win 13 games. Y'all struggle all three. All 3 games were losable. All 3 games so far. Y'all did play some good teams. Y'all played the Packers, who are looking good, who haven't lost a game since. Y'all did play the Saints, who made the Cowboys look like the Panthers. And then y'all played the Falcons, who, lost a close game to the Chiefs, lost to the Steelers, but they beat y'all. So y'all haven't looked dominant also, and y'all also have some holes in y'all pockets. So I do think the ceiling is the East. Now we won't know until we play each other. Obviously, we won't know that. But we see each other Thursday night. We're going to get there one day. You know what I mean? We're going to get there one day. Too bad on phase on Tuesday. We had almost a whole week to talk about it, but it's okay. We're going to get there.
We're going to get there.
I do think division winning in a first round win is definitely a ceiling. Probably higher than that, but I'm going to chill.
See, this is the thing, though, when it comes to the NFC East. That year in the NFC East, you're right. They won the division. They was 10-6. The Giants was 9-7. The Cowboys was 8-8. Philly was 4-12. It's a different NFC East, bro. I don't think 10 wins gets them the division. I think 10 wins gets them in the playoffs, which is what I was on the brink of predicting. Like they 10-7, but I just ultimately couldn't push myself to give them that 10th win. Full disclosure, I had them losing last night, right? So, okay, maybe that's the 10th win. Who knows? But at the end of the day, the reason why I draw the comparison is because in ways he reminds me of RG3. His playing style in ways reminds me of RG3. I do agree. If RG3 doesn't get hurt, a different conversation for sure. But at the end of the day, when you look at the landscape of the NFC East, like I said, the Eagles aren't a 4-win team. If Dallas looks suspect, they're not an 8-win team. The Giants ain't even a 9-win team. They're going to be at the bottom at the end of the day. So it's a completely different year, completely different season. I think they have potential. Don't get me wrong. I'm high on Jayden Daniels. If anything, that game against the Bengals made me even more high on Jayden Daniels and the overall positioning of the Commanders. I think in future years, you bolster up that defense, they're going to be a real problem. I still think there's a decent chance that, they might get Philly one game. They might get Dallas one game just because we have not seen Jayden Daniels yet. We just haven't seen him yet. And that type of speed, that type of talent is tough to game plan for. But throughout the longevity of a season, he gonna need at least 12 games to get the division. In my estimation, at least 12. I can't see 12. Now, like you said, could be wrong. We get to the point where we see each other. I think November 14th or something like that. Can't remember if the game is in Washington or if it's in Philly. It probably won't matter either way. The point is, we gonna see about the Commanders. Dallas is gonna see about the Commanders. Y'all gotta see the Giants again. Giants gave y'all a run, right? So we're gonna see how it progresses. But you're tripping if you think the ceiling is the East. It ain't. It ain't. I'm telling you right now, it ain't.
I want to remind you that year we started off 3-7, 3-7, and then we pulled off 7 straight wins because they created. First they already had a system, whatever, with RG3 with the RPO. We actually invented the pistol in the NFL, but then we 100% went to that, and then we rolled off 7 straight wins. So it took time for us to adjust to RG3. Well, you see with Jayden Daniels, you don't see you see the switch already. You see the switch early in the season. We didn't see that with RG3. Now we did win the first game against the Saints, but then we dropped 2 games after that. Like I said, we started off 3-7. But this Jayden Daniels team, you can kind of see the switch early. So I do think this Jayden Daniels offense can be better than our RG3 offense. They did have Alpha Morris. Let it. I think he had 1,600 rushing yards. Something like that. It was crazy. Yeah,
he was balling. He was balling.
But that's all because of the pistol with the with the Shanahans and all that stuff, right? With the stretch and all that stuff. But man, the ceiling is definitely the East, man. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, we're gonna get to the Eagles, but don't act like y'all the daggone Buffalo Bills.
I literally wait. I mean, it's not just about the Eagles. I'm bringing Dallas into the equation too. They the defending NFC East champs. And while we gonna get to Dallas for sure. I'm just saying, bro, it's at the end of the day, what Dak say? If you're gonna jump off the ship, jump off the ship. Like that, Dak and Dallas is gonna have something to say about the division. They do every year, whether we like it or not. They got something to say about it. They usually hand it to the Commanders, to be real. Dak usually go off against Philly.
With no quarterback.
That's true. That's true. But that defense, Dak's still gonna do his thing against y'all defense.
You mean
y'all? You say what?
Oh, you talking about our defense?
I'm talking about y'all defense. Yeah,
Dallas defense.
Nah, I'm talking about Washington defense. He's still gonna do his thing against y'all defense. So it's probably gonna be another shootout, right? And also, I also want to say this: that defensive line is a question mark for Dallas. But if they get y'all to 3rd and 14s and 3rd and 15, 3rd and 10s, Micah Parsons and them boys coming off the edge. One thing I did notice about that game last night, the Bengals weren't getting no pressure. They looked like Philly week 2. They weren't getting no. They was chilling. He was back there. Oh, I see you. I see you. Hey, I see you. Let me tweet about my game real quick. I think I want to throw for a 91%, completion percentage real quight. Matter of fact, let me text Joe. Let him know I'm finna throw a touchdown right now. Turn the game on. Like he had all the time in the world. That ain't the same down the distance against Dallas. So again, I'm a Philly fan, and I think you got to worry about Philly. I also think you got to worry about Dallas. I'm just saying. That's why I say it's gonna be tough to win. I think the ceiling being that high his rookie year, given the landscape of the division, is tough. But we'll get to Philly and Dallas in a little bit. We'll get to them in a little. I just got to like you said, Joe. Listen, real quick before we move on. I know, bro. You said we not used to being here, man. You know what I mean? We're not used to being in this position. That's why I gotta pop out with the shades and the jersey. I feel you. But see, listen. As somebody that's been in that position before, right? Somebody that's seen a little bit of recent prosperity, right? Okay, I gotta let you know when it's like, hey, bro, let's reel it back just a touch. There's like you gotta develop, you gotta grow it a little bit. You know what I mean? It takes a little time. You ain't just jump into the division crown right away in a tight division. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Right future. Y'all got the future, not the now, but it's gonna get there. Okay. So, y'all might not even have that. But anyway,
okay.
We gonna see. We gonna see. We're gonna get y'all.
But yes, sir. Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to my boy. I will put your first comment up, but it's a family show. All right, my boy Isaiah. All right, shout out to you. Appreciate you for tuning in. All right, and we gotta talk about the losing team because Joe Burrow and them boys 0-3. 0-3? Now, AJ, most teams go 0-3. You like panic. Now they got a history of going 0-2. But this is 0-3. Jamar Chase said in his interview, I'm not used to this. We never been here before. So I'm gonna ask you this question. Is it panic time in Cincinnati?
First thing I want to say is this. I know a lot of people not gonna like me saying this because of how I view Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase should be quiet. I think he should be quiet, bro. That's my first take. I think he should be quiet. He went from I'm not gonna say his name. I ain't gonna say Patrick Mahomes. I ain't gonna say that. Joe Burrow best in the league. I'm not gonna say it. To we the best team in the NFC or the AFC. We the team to beat. To I know I'm the best receiver in the league. All of that talking to not have a single victory on your resume this year. And now you're 0-3. I'm not used to this. I bet you're not, bro. You held out for a portion of time this offseason. T. Higgins coming into the season with an injury. Joe Burrow, even though he came into the season healthy, supposedly was coming off of a bad wrist injury that we never seen before. We ain't seen this injury before. So we don't know exactly how he's going to look right away. Yeah, here you go, missing camp. Ain't even time to get paid. Not even really time to get paid. But here you go, missing camp, trying to get paid. What'd you expect? Is my question for Jamar Chase. Well, I'm not sure what he expected, right? And so it's weird for me because in a way, yes, we have seen them go through similar things like this before. But I'm gonna say it's time to sound the alarm because things don't get much easier for them. They're in a division right now with Pittsburgh, who running away with it on the low. It's low key because there's not a lot of people talking about it. It's not a lot of people that's going to jump on that bandwagon. I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon myself, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that these boys is 3-0 and they got the number one defense in the league. Number one in football right now. They can slow down some of everybody. Now, they ain't played no high-powered offense like that, in my opinion, and we'll get to that maybe later down the line. But so far, that defense has been dominant. You know, Fields on the opposite end, we're going to get to them in a second. But all I'm saying is, I'm looking down their schedule. They still got to play Baltimore. They still got to play Cleveland, who division rival, even though I'm not a believer in Cleveland, you still got to worry about the division. You still got to worry about Philly. You know, you still got Dallas later on. I think Dallas will be better as the season progresses. Think right now, similar situation. CD didn't play in the offseason or didn't, come to camp. All of that stuff going on. Dak was waiting to get paid. Didn't hold out, but the mental thing there. I think they'll get better as the season progresses. And that game is in Dallas. Like, you got some murky waters ahead. And so while I think it's possible, don't get me wrong, I think it's possible they can right the ship. They could get it together. They can make the playoffs, and all that is cool. But I think they better start stringing together some wins now. Now, I think next week they got the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken. They got the Panthers next week. Should be an easy win, even though what they call him, Red Rifle, even though he just went crazy last week. Red Robin, whatever the nickname is for Andy Dalton. Red Rocket. Red Rocket just went crazy last week. So, you might have to worry about that to touch with this defense looking like how like you said, the Commanders ain't punt the ball one time. So you might have to worry about the Rocket just a little bit, but I think you should beat them. But then you got to jump right into a division matchup against the Ravens, who also have a tough schedule coming up and is going to be desperate for some wins, bro. So I'm sounding the alarm because I'm at the point with them where I'm starting to doubt that even though it's possible for them, and we've seen this, I'm starting to doubt that they can right this ship. That offense can't play no better than what they just played like, bro. Burrow was sensational last night. Chase was sensational last night. Could have got consecutive ball a little bit more, but I still won a fantasy matchup. It's cool. But I'm having doubts that they can take this thing over and win their division and potentially make the playoffs and make a run. So I'm saying it's time to sound the alarm in Cincinnati. And I'm also saying their best offensive player, debatably, needs to take a better leadership role and stop talking as much. Because quite frankly, y'all not the team in the beat in the AFC. You're not the best receiver in the in the league. Like, everything you said was a lie. It was a lie. Like, it's not the truth. So I think it's time to panic, bro.
I mean, everything he said wasn't a lie. I mean, he did say last night Jayden Daniels is an effing great player. That ain't a lie. He said that. All right, but I want to bring that up.
It's unproven. Good start though.
So look, I'm not gonna press the panic button yet. I'm not gonna press it yet. I know it's 0-3. All right, third straight year the Bengals started 0-2, but they never been 0-3, like I said. Obviously, 2 years ago they went 0-2, went to the AFC Championship game, almost went to the Super Bowl, if it wasn't for a late hit. All right, last year they went 0-2. And then they went 5-2, either going 0-2, then Joe Burrow gets hurt in the Ravens game. This year, look at the situation. They play the Patriots. I mean, I even picked the Patriots to win that game. If you go check the pick'ems, I picked the Patriots to win that game. So, because they always start slow. I mean, you had, like you said, you had a T. Higgins, not just injury, he was franchise tag. He didn't play the first two games. Jamar Chase drama. So they just weren't ready, And then you can see that in the offense against the Patriots, against the Chiefs. They could have won that game, but it was a dumb call. So it's not. They were in that game, and then yesterday they just ran into the now. I mean, I can't. What you do about it? I mean, it's not like we did score on 17 straight possessions dating back to the Buccaneers game. So I'm not going to kill them for that. Now, there's a good thing about the situation. No good thing about the situation, but here's the bright side. Like you said, the offense got off. The offense looked good. They had 436 yards. Chase had 2 touchdowns. That was the question. Jamar Chase, he's not on right now. He's a little off right now. But against us, he got off. So they got their rhythm back. T. Higgins also played good, And then there only been 4 teams since 1990 to make the playoffs. And I think they could be one of them. You look at the AFC, right? Why are they out of it? Outside of the division winners, there are only 2 teams in the AFC that got 2 wins. Everybody else got one or less. So they're not far out. And the two teams that got 2 wins are the Jets and the injured Justin Herbert Chargers. Don't forget, Justin Herbert has got hurt. He's wearing a walking boot right now, by the way. So the Bengals aren't out of it. They are 0-3, but they're not 3 games out of everybody. Just like I said, they got the Panthers. They just need to see one to win. They got the Panthers. Now, the Panthers did go off on the Raiders. That was a tricky game for the Raiders because, you've been watching Bryce Young all year, and then Andy Dalton just steps into the role. How you going to prepare for that? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I give up, for real though, like you.
My bad. I was muted. I didn't realize you said on the who?
The Raiders, huh?
No,
it's funny when you brought up the Red Rocky. I'm like, he ain't gonna mention the Raiders.
I did think too. I should have.
So I did it for you. You know what I mean? So
okay.
That's that. Oh my goodness.
Hey, we got the kids. We got the kids coming in. Y'all know how it is, man. We gonna get back to the regularly scheduled program in a hot second. There we go.
Oh golly. I mean, next year y'all ain't trying to interrupt my whole speech. Anyways. So yeah, they could bounce back because there's not too many ladders they gotta climb to get in the playoff race. If they literally go on a 3-game win streak, which they are used to doing, they could be back in the playoff race. So I'm not gonna hit the panic button now. Now, if they lose to the Panthers, now we gotta throw in the towel. It's a wrap. They're not making the playoffs. But no, I still believe the Bengals will make the playoffs. I ain't the panic button.
This is my problem, bro. I'm looking at the schedule, and this is just my guess. Now, granted, I'm 24-23 in pick'em, so I'm not 100% accurate. But this is just my estimation. They 0-3 right now. I think they got 5 more losses loaded on this schedule. If they lose 5 more games, they definitely not, in my opinion, winning the division, which means they'd have to eke into the playoffs as a potential 6 or 7 seed. Maybe you can say we not sounding an alarm as far as them making the playoffs. But as far as them winning the division and making a run, absolutely. I know they play decent on the road in the playoffs. I know they have a history of playing well on the road in playoffs, and you can't completely count them out. But I got them splitting with the Ravens. I got them splitting with everybody in their division. I think everybody in their division gets a win off of them. I got them losing in Dallas. I got them losing to Philly. Now, I could be off. I could definitely be off. But with them losses loading up, if they end up losing, and this is the thing about the NFL, you'd always end up dropping some random game you don't expect. They didn't expect to drop that game to the Commanders. Most people didn't. I know you expected it, but
I didn't know. But go ahead.
I mean, most people didn't. So if you got those 5 losses against really good teams coming up or division rivals coming up, then who's to say you might not drop a game to your Raiders? Who's to say you might not drop a game to Herbert if he's healthy in the Chargers? Who's to say you might not drop a game one time to the Broncos randomly? Like, it's the NFL. And you got to also account for injuries because that happens all the time in sport. We seen it this year. It feel like it's a spike in injuries. I don't have the stats behind that, but oh my gosh, it seems like everybody getting hurt. Yeah. So you also got to kind of think about that too. When you play from behind, you don't give yourself no cushion. They got no cushion for real. The only thing that helps them, like you said, is the Ravens are 1-2, but they getting ready to see the Ravens real soon. And I still got the Ravens reaching the heights that I predicted they was going to reach. Now we got questions about them too. Not gonna lie, because my goodness, what we doing? What we doing in Baltimore? Chris, Carl, where we at with it? Ty, where we at with it? But so talk to me, please. Make it look crazy. Please talk to me. But at the end of the day, man, I'm at the point where they can't keep playing with fire and expect to bail themselves out every year. And they don't do it every year. They do it sometimes, and then an injury. Joe Burrow gets hurt right in the midst of the comeback. When they think they're finna make a run, Joe Burrow risks injury. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. It's the NFL. You can't play with fire like that. So I think this given season, I think they playing with fire a little bit too much. And I think it's gonna bite them this year. I really do. And I didn't expect that coming into this year, but that loss last night gonna haunt them, bro. That loss last night is gonna come back to bite them for sure. For sure.
Yeah. See. Okay. That's what I'm gonna say right here. Like, if we saying like, okay, they gotta have more urgency. They 0-3, but I'm not gonna say they done. Cause look at this. Like last year, all right. When you look at the schedule just like you said, the easy games, they could win all the tough games. When I look at last year's schedule, right? Because I kind of figured he's going to go to the schedule. So I was kind of prepared for this moment. You know, they lost to the Browns, got killed 24-3. They lost to the Ravens 27-24, right? Then they beat the Browns, lose to the Titans. I remember they lost to the Titans 27-3. We was like, what? Mm-hmm. And what they do? They beat the Cardinals. They beat the Seahawks. They beat the 49ers. They beat Buffalo. And then Joe Burrow gets hurt in the Ravens game. So they beat two good teams back to back, the 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. But at the same time, lost to the Tennessee Titans. So the Bengals are that team. When they turned it on, they turned it on. So they just need to see one shot go in. You a shooter, you know how it is. You shooting, you know what I mean? You're not making, you 0 from 8. What's going on? Why ain't my shot? The ninth one go in, you hit like 5, 6, 7 in a row. It just feels better. Fair. So that's how the Bengals are. That's why now, if they go 0-4, AJ, it's a wrap.
It's over.
But we're talking about Joe Burrow. We just saw the offense go crazy. Don't forget, just like you said, Jayden Daniels rookie year. What your boy said, the college offense, every game we are slowly adding more stuff, slowly opening up the offense. That deep shot to Terry, they weren't expecting that because we haven't done that all year. So I could say we hit them off guard. They weren't expecting that. They weren't expecting us to trust them as much as we did because they were playing they were already playing to our run game. Brian Robinson couldn't get nothing going. You know what I mean? So, but the pass was there and we took advantage. So I'm not gonna write them off yet. Especially how they should have beaten the Chiefs.
That's true. That's very true. We shall see. We shall see. I think if you play with fire enough, you're gonna get burned. The hand a little too close to the oven too often. Every now and then the parent get there quick enough. Hey, move your hand. Hey, move your hand. Hey, move your hand. But one of these days, that hand is just gonna slip one day, and your parent ain't gonna be there to save you, and it's gonna be a fat whatever degree burn on your hand that now you gotta go see the doctor. Not a kid crying. And I just feel like that was them last year, and they doing it again this year. So that's how I see it. Moving right along, though, we got this thing going, this FJA, AJA thing going in the chat. I'm not gonna tell y'all what that means. Y'all could assume, I guess, what those means, what those acronyms mean. But we're here to talk about Josh Allen and how Josh Allen has looked so far this season. Joe, I have a question for you. Josh Allen, by the players in the NFL, there was a poll that dropped that said he was the most overrated player in the NFL.
Say what?
Overrated. Got a lot of different fans coming at him sideways. A lot of different people saying that without Diggs, it's going to look crazy. AJ included. So far this season, or just in general, would you say Josh Allen has silenced the critics?
No, it's only week 3. You know, it's early. It's a lot more football to play. But so far, yes, absolutely. Now, look, I was one of the few guys that said the Bills will still win the division. I was one of the few guys that said behind Patrick Mahomes, we both said Patrick Mahomes, but Josh Allen will be a close second. But right now, he's a far first right now. Far first. He's the MVP favorite right now. I know it's only week 3, but he's a front runner. AJ, I said this on R2L show, but I want to show you something. I know you like graphics. All right. So I got to grab it for you. All right. So look, it's not a blind. Well, I guess it's kind of like a blind reveal. I got to make this box bigger so they can see better. But look at this. This is Josh Allen versus another quarterback. All right. Look at the numbers. These are the top 2 MVP candidates. Who do you think that second quarterback is?
Top 2 MVP candidates?
Yeah, top 2. Josh Allen versus who?
8 touchdowns. That sound like Sam Darnold. Not gonna lie.
Sam Darnold. Woo, you 0 interceptions. I think I saw an interception with Sam Darnold, but it's all good. 80% QB. You know who that is?
Who that?
The rest of the league. That's what it is. Everybody not named Josh Allen.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Everybody at their best too.
It's a 20v1. That's what it is.
That's crazy.
That's what it is. Josh Allen's having a phenomenal season right now. Now, look, the Diggs situation. I gave the example. We just saw, now he's not Patrick Mahomes, but we just saw Patrick Mahomes lose Tyreek Hill and won MVP the year after that. We forget with the new offensive coordinator last year, they finished the season undefeated. They went 7-0 with the new offensive coordinator last year. They did lose in the playoffs. So since he's been a coordinator, they are 10-1 with Joe Brady. So that's why AJ, I think my boy Tomo did the same thing. When people said that they were gonna miss the playoffs, I'm like, wow, they won 7 straight. They ended the season back good. Now you might say, Joe, you picked the Jags to win. They lost 7 straight. I know it's contradicting. I get it. All right, they haven't won since Black Friday. But my whole thing is the Bills. They had pulled off 7 straight and then looked good against the Chiefs. But your boy Stephon Diggs ain't pulled through. That's why I thought that it was okay to let go of Diggs because it's no pressure on Josh Allen to force feed that dude. Force feed him. There's not no pressure on him. Now they can just hand the ball to Cook, they throw it in the backfield to Cook, and he got all these different weapons. And he even said himself in the press conference, he said he goes to the receivers. You know what he does, AJ? He said he go to receivers before every game and say, it might not be your night. Like, straight up. Like, it might not be your night, but we're going to win this game. I like the no pressure. We're going to just do whatever it takes to win the game. And on top of that, I mentioned this on the last show, he had a MVP moment so far. The first game of the season, they were down by double digits to the Cardinals, and Josh Allen, with his legs, single-handedly brought them back and won that game. So Josh Allen has been phenomenal. And the last thing I want to say is, what is he known for? Turnovers. He has 0 interceptions. 0. He did have 1 fumble loss against the Cardinals, but 0 interceptions. So, yes, proving them definitely wrong so far.
The question, has Josh Allen silenced the critics? Has Josh Allen silenced his critics? No, he is not. I think he has the potential to, but I think he's in that same Dak Prescott situation where no matter how he looks in the regular season, it's about the postseason. Everybody put Josh Allen in this category with Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow. A lot of people put him over Burrow and put him right below Patrick Mahomes, right? At some point, you got to see him. And in my opinion, at some point, you got to beat him, or else you're never going to get the proper praise I feel like you deserve, the proper credit I feel like you deserve. Now, what I will say is this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh, bro. Oh, my goodness. That's what I will say. He balling. And we cannot deny the fact that he balling. So to semi-agree with you here, Joe, for now, you can't say much of nothing. The only thing you can point to is the postseason. We're going to see what he do in the playoffs. He All-Pro, Pro Bowl. Let's see what he do in the playoffs. That's the only thing you can say. Like you said, you can't point to turnovers and interceptions right now. He's not really turning the ball over at a rapid rate. Number 2 in touchdowns right now. First in QBR. He playing like, and he don't have Diggs. And again, I was wanting to say, look at the numbers before Diggs got there. He didn't look great. Look at the numbers when Diggs got there. He looked sensational. Well, I won't say sensational. Well, yeah, he looked great. I'll say sensational statistically. He looked great. Besides the turnovers, he looked great. He played great football with Diggs. Without Diggs, I got to see if he can do it. But now we see him as a leader develop. We see the maturation of him as a smarter, seems like so far, as a smarter passer. You know, he's taking risks, but they seem like more calculated risks. It's not like he's throwing the ball in triple, quadruple coverage. And like you said, it might be because he don't feel the pressure to have to force feed anybody. Like he said, I didn't even know he was going to receivers before the game. It might not be your day today. Be ready if your number's called, but it might not be your day. That takes pressure off of you. A receiver might not like hearing that, but you know, when you lace him up, I might not touch it today. And you're going to have to be cool with that. Also, the running game, like you predicted before the season started, has also taken a lot of the pressure off of him as well. Because the run game is flourishing. I've been looking at your fantasy numbers, bro. Your boy cooking for you. No pun intended. He cooking for you. Okay, every week it's like, golly, what is going on? The boy putting up crazy fantasy numbers. I know some of that is about the carries. Might have to talk to coach about that. But then again, maybe not, because I kind of like that rule. It's helping me out quite a bit. It's helping me out quite a bit. So I can't be too mad at that. But I say all that to say, I'll give Josh Allen credit for what he is doing right now. I firmly agree with you, bro. If the season ended 3 weeks in, he's MVP of the league undisputed, in my opinion. in my opinion. Well, I won't say undisputed. I won't say undisputed because honestly, Sam Darnold is balling too. So I would say he belongs in that category as well. But Saquon too. I would throw Saquon in that category as well. I think the drop against Atlanta hurts him because in this race, the 3 weeks in, it will be it. I mean, these other two guys undefeated and they've been playing flawless. He did have one bad moment that people could be like, he's not the MVP. Let's give it to one of these two quarterbacks. But all in all, so far, yes. Now, again, the original question, has he silenced his critics? I still say no, because people still got the playoffs to point to. And I think he don't, in my opinion, I don't even think he has to get to the Super Bowl. I don't even think that's the case. I just think he got to beat Mahomes. But that's the thing. That's the criticism for all quarterbacks in the AFC right now. Criticism for Lamar, criticism for him, criticism not really for Burrow because he's beating them. Burrow just needs to make the playoffs right now at this point and stay healthy. But I think he hasn't silenced the critics because they have that to point to. But I don't think critics should have much to say right now. I think he's playing incredible ball.
Okay. I can't move on until I address it. First of all, shout out to Tomo. $4.99 super chat. Bills were definitely about to miss the playoffs till they fired the OC. Hashtag Joe Brady, the real MVP. Haters gonna hate, man. Hate. Nah, what do you think Mahomes gonna look like without Andy Reid? I mean, come on now. So look,
I don't know, bro. Mahomes is Mahomes. I don't know. He wouldn't look different. I mean, it would be a difference though.
Yes, Andy Reid's definitely in good health. Don't forget, Josh Allen got to the AFC Championship game without Joe Brady. So, but I do want to say this, all right? Because you brought up Dak Prescott. When people try to compare him to Dak, he's in the same boat as Dak. No, he's not. Let me tell you why. First of all, what you just saw with the Saints last week, you never saw that with Josh Allen. Josh Allen got a stat where he hasn't lost by more than 6 points. I don't think in his career or in a long time. Like, he had the longest streak of losing by less than 6 or less points. He don't get blown out when he loses. That's number one. And number two, Josh Allen actually beats good teams. He actually beat Mahomes in the regular season. He actually beats Lamar. He beats good teams. Dak Prescott beat up on guys like the quarterback list Commanders, the Daniel Jones New York Giants, little thing like that. But when you see the 49ers, when you see, the Eagles and Philly, he actually kind of got y'all. But when he see the good teams, he loses. And Dak's issue is not, I can't beat Mahomes. Can you beat somebody in the second round? That's his issue. Now Josh Allen, the narrative was on him being overrated. Wasn't just him against Mahomes. They're talking about he's overrated, period. Like, people got him high in these ranks and he don't deserve it. Well, he's showing you so far that he deserves to be in this rank. He's an MVP right now. Now, some people might say, well, Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold got Jettas. He got Jettas to throw it too. You know what I mean? I'm not taking away for Sam Darnold, but he got Jettas. And then we seen Josh Allen look like how we see him in the past. So yes, Diggs helped him. He wasn't fully developed when Diggs got there. Diggs got him to a level, matured him. But Diggs, appreciate you, but we good from here. I appreciate you. Get your pat on the back, you know what I mean? Like, throw you a couple of dollars if you need some, you know what I mean? But go ahead to Houston. We good right now. So, yes, this not comparing to Dak Prescott. I'm sorry.
Man, listen, let me pull this up before I say anything. Hold on. 1 second. Because I want to make sure I quote this accurately. Josh Allen, okay, he got more than expected. Because I think Dak only got like 3 playoff wins. So, and he got 5. He got like, okay, look, judging by this, they say he got 5 playoff wins. Okay, I'll stand down a little bit off that. And he been to an AFC Championship game. I'm just saying, we know what Dak is. Dak is the quarterback that's going to do his thing in the regular season, depending on the opponent a lot of times. And he's going to get to the playoffs and he's going to fold. Josh Allen, outside of the 1 year he went to the AFC Championship,
he going to fold.
He don't necessarily fold, but he still take them playoff L's.
Yeah.
And it's not like he played out of his mind every single playoff game that they lost. So that's why I made the comparison, because I don't think they're the same player. There's a difference between losing and how they lose. I will admit that. I will firmly admit that there is a difference there. But Dak got expectations of getting to a Super Bowl. He do. Dallas has had teams, in my opinion, that's good enough to get there. In my personal opinion, throughout his career, I feel the same way about Josh Allen. That's why I made the comparison. What you two guys gonna do in the playoffs? Are y'all gonna get to the Super Bowl? Are y'all gonna beat the Niners? Are y'all gonna beat Mahomes? Are y'all gonna get to that? Are y'all gonna get to that ceiling? Or y'all gonna keep on doing what y'all doing in the regular season, dominating the regular season and not going off in the playoffs? But I'll give Josh his credit because that got CD Lamb right now. That got CD Lamb, CD for the TD, my favorite player for Dallas, if there was ever a thing. All right. CD's different. Diggs ain't over there no more in Buffalo. So I give him credit where it's due. I want to see more very early, but so far, I'll give him credit where it's due. If
I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Josh Allen ever lost in the first round. And if he did, it was probably his first playoff game. We just saw Dak Prescott win.
I think it was his first playoff game.
Probably his first. We just saw Dak Prescott win All Pro and lost to the youngest team in NFL history.
Now that was crazy. I got nothing for you.
The first 7 seed that ever made the playoffs to get a victory. And then he broke all the Cowboys records and lost in the first round again to the 49ers. My boy never did that. Josh Allen has never did AJ for life. Josh Allen has never done that. When he played those little first round teams, the Steelers and stuff like that, they get smoked every time. They get smoked. That's all I'm saying. But Dak,
fair.
Come on now. Let's not do that.
Man. It's two different players. I'm just saying I need to see a little bit more from the playoffs from both quarterbacks.
I get you.
From both. I need to see a little bit more. Especially now. Now, keep in mind what you just said. Dak was all pro, got bounced in the first round.
Killed in the first round.
He got killed in the first round. He got killed in the first round. Josh Allen on pace to be first team all pro. On pace to be MVP. I need a Super Bowl appearance. I need it. And just to be clear, I said that second team all pro MVP candidate. I need at the very least an NFC Championship appearance, and a Super Bowl appearance would have been great too because I thought they could have done it. The way they did, Bland picking everything off, Micah playing well, but it's the Cowboys.
I just need Dak to go out on the shell. When y'all lose, just play well. That's all I want Dak to do.
Fair.
That's it. Like, we shouldn't be able to point at you. We should be able to point at the defense only. We shouldn't say, but you did this, though. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
Yeah. But enough about Dak, because this is about the Bills. But speaking of Dak, I did bring y'all in the segment, but the Eagles, man, they won a big game. The Saints were marching in Dallas, blew them out, and then I picked them to beat y'all. Y'all disrespected them. Y'all go in the streets of New Orleans before the game and start marching down the road. And I put in the chat, there's more pressure on y'all to win this game. And then what y'all do? Y'all go to New Orleans and y'all win a close battle against the New Orleans Saints. So, AJ, my question for you is, how big was this win against the Saints?
I got the shirt on for a reason today. Representing my dog, Jalen Hurts. Representing my Eagles. Super Bowl patch on. Expectations are a little different in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? We're not celebrating with the shades on after week 3. I'm just saying. Just want to point that out. I think it was a big time win for Philly. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you for multiple different reasons. I think psychologically, if you lose this game, it's not the end of the world. Dallas lost. The Commanders, even though they won, they're still within arm's reach. The Giants are the Giants. And then you got, the Lions haven't looked super convincing. The 49ers lost, you know what I mean? So it wouldn't be the end of the world. But from a psychological standpoint, losing the way they just lost to Atlanta, right? Given the fact that GJ played for the Saints, given the fact that Zach Baun played for the Saints, you had 2 players that was out for blood, 2 players that really wanted to get a win against their former team, on top of a head coach that was under fire after the most recent game and under fire during this game because he made some horrible decisions. I'll be the first to say it. I think overall this was a big time win, and I think it's a possible turning point for this defense. Now, I must admit, last week I came on the airwaves and I said you can't trust the defense. Can't trust them. You just can't trust them. I don't trust them. That's why you got to go for it on 4-4. That's why you got to Saquon got to catch that. And I still do put a ton of weight on that offense because I stand by the money's on the offensive side of the ball. Jalen Hurts, you reset the market. A.J. Brown got paid. Devontae got paid. I believe Dallas Goedert is going to get paid. The offensive line is paid. I believe that's where the money is. The young talent is on the defensive side of the ball, the young draft picks and all of that, right? That's there. But offensively, this team is more about offense than it is defense. So I still believe that. But that defense in New Orleans against the Saints team that was number one in the NFL, putting up somewhere around 90 points between the first 2 weeks. Everybody thinking, it's sad for the boys. Did you see that run defense? Did you see that pass defense? Did you see how they looked against Kirk Cousins? Oh, they couldn't get no pressure. Oh, they couldn't do anything. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, what's going? And that defense comes out and clamps, shut down. Jalen Carter, can you stand up for me, please? Jordan Davis, can you stand up for me, please? Quinyon Mitchell, Q, my boy, can you stand up for me, please? Slay got shook on the goal line. Can you stand up for me, please, and make a couple of plays? I mean, everywhere you looked on the defensive side of the ball, they made plays. Shout out to Fangio for a great defensive scheme, making things work. Hey, we're going to come out in a nickel look, and then we're going to drop Zach Bond down on that line. So now we've got 5 people on the line to stuff that run. You can't get to the outside. You can't go through the inside because you got to worry about Jalen Carter. I give credit where it is due when it comes to that defense. Offensively, I know what everybody's going to talk about. You're going to talk about Sirianni and his decisions. I am not defending them. Any of them. His decisions to go for every 4th down like Dan Campbell is egregious. I understand you trust your players. Your kicker is also a player. He happens to be one of the best kickers in the National Football League. Use him. Pretty please. I beg of you. It would be nice. He's paid for a reason. And then the kick that you want to go for is 60 yards. It made no logical sense whatsoever. I don't understand it. And then the second thing people are going to talk about is this boy right here, Jalen Hurts. People are going to talk about how Jalen Hurts played. People are going to talk about how, he had the fumble and he had the interception. The interception was kind of questionable, but I'll leave that alone. It's interception is on his record. But at the end of the day, come 4th quarter, when Jalen Hurts had to make plays, no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson, no Beckman. What are we doing? What's going on? This Saints defense been boxing us up. Let's go downfield. Let's hit the boy Goddard a few times. Let's score a touchdown and let the defense ice the game. I thought this was a big win for all the reasons I just mentioned. And the last thing I'll say before I pass it to you, because I already know where you're going to go, and I'm going to let you go there. The last thing I'm going to say is this. Not only is it a big win because you just beat a team that was hot, that some people said was the best team in the NFC after a few weeks. Some people, I'm just saying. I ain't going to say no names. Just some people said it was the best team in the NFC. So what does this say about Philly now? Just saying. You got Tampa Bay coming in next week. You got to go to Tampa next week. And I don't know if A.J. Brown's going to play. I don't know if Devontae Smith is going to play. I don't know who's going to be available. Your boy Dotson going to be there. I don't know, though, outside of that. You still got Saquon and Goddard, but if you go out there without your top 2 weapons, that's going to be a tough team to beat against a coordinator that has had Jalen Hurts' number. So you kind of, in a way, as this game progressed and Devontae got cheap shot and Slay got hurt, this game low-key started to become a must-win given what was coming up on the back end. And sure enough, they came through. They made plays. I'm proud of my boys after that win. We got to see more from this offense, but I do believe when we get healthy, we will be just fine. We just got to get our guys back on the outside. But I think this was a big time win for Philadelphia for all of the reasons I just mentioned.
Yeah, I do. I thought it was a big one because, like you said, Tampa Bay O-line also been giving them troubles all year. Shoot, we got in the backfield. We made Baker Mayfield like Patrick Mahomes the way he was moving out that pocket. But we got pressure. So y'all could get pressure on Tampa Bay. He struggled with the Broncos with the pressure. So, but Derek Carr, all right. One thing about Derek Carr, see, y'all weren't getting pressure on the QBs. Y'all weren't getting pressure on Jordan Love like that, Kirk Cousins, all that stuff. But y'all got pressure because, like you said, y'all added another person in the box to go after the quarterback. Y'all did that. Vic Fangio is usually like, I'm gonna depend on my 4 guys, and you got to beat us. But that wasn't working, so you added an extra man or 2 to blitz Derek Carr. And Derek Carr is one of the worst quarterbacks under pressure. He was the least pressured quarterback going into week 3 in the NFL. And y'all pressured him like crazy. I feel like every time he dropped back, he couldn't get a clean look. Every time he dropped back. And what happened? Y'all rushed him, throw a pick at the end of the game. So I give y'all defense kudos because we saw the offense kind of win y'all the game week 1. And then week 2, it was a weird game, period, right? Offense was looking tricky. Defense was looking, bending but not breaking. But then both sides of the ball hurt y'all. Saquon dropped the pass, and the defense gave up a touchdown. So that you leave that game wondering like, okay, I'm kind of mixed feelings. But then you still worry about the defense kind of because they gave up the touchdown. And then you turn around and you legit shut down the Saints. Shut them down. Kamara been going crazy. Shut him down. So I give a lot of kudos to that front four, that front 7. I give a lot of kudos to them. And the DBs played a good job too. Now,
shout out to Blankenship. My bad. I forgot to mention
Blankenship always getting a clutch interception. I got to give him that.
It's crazy.
He do. Now, one thing I slightly disagree with you. Now, I'm not going to kill Jalen Hurts. I'm not. Even though I don't know how he just dropped the pass. I thought they stripped him. He just dropped it. Like he got hit in his ankle. He just let go.
It's like his finger, like he had it in one hand, and then the dude, when he tripped him, his like pointer finger hit the ball. That's how he got the ball way too loose because the little bit of tap that it got jarred the ball loose.
I was like, dang, you dropped that ball like you had diarrhea. But like that happened, and then an interception. Yeah, we could blame Devontae Smith, but at the same time, it was a risky ball to throw. You know what I mean? Like you watch the replay, I hear the announcer. I forgot who it was, but he was like, "Oh, first of all, it says Kellen Moore fault because you're supposed to draw that play up for a bigger type receiver or a tight end, not Devontae Smith." And then, but when I saw the play, I'm like, I would never threw that. Anyway. But yes, it was a game-winning drive. But let's give Goddard the credit. All right? Let's not overhype what Hurts did. Please tell me what Hurts did in those last 2 drives they got scored on.
I'll let you finish your point.
Saquon Barkley breaks off for a long run. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert catches a bad pass by Jalen Hurts with one hand. Gets all the way downfield. Like a cross route with nothing crazy. And then the DBs run into each other, and Dallas Goedert wide open on the 3rd and 16. 3rd and 16. Wide open. Dallas Goedert made that play and got all the way down there. Saquon runs it in. So, like, Jalen Hurts just happened to be the quarterback in that moment. He didn't do nothing amazing to give him, like, oh, man, Hurts going to bring us back. Dallas Goedert, give him most of the credit, and Saquon Barkley. Hurts was just behind the center. He was just a guy that was pitching the ball to wide open Dallas Goedert. So I don't want you to sit here and give too much credit to Jalen Hurts for that. Yeah, he was all right. He made some plays throughout the game, but that clutch moments, Saquon, Dallas Goedert. And that's why I feel like that's why McCarron said we got Jalen Hurts. I'm like, yeah, we got Dewey. Y'all got Howie. Y'all got a team. That's why I picked y'all to win the East, not because of Hurts. Hurts is part of the puzzle, but it's because AJ Brown is down, and y'all still got more weapons than the Saints. Still, you got Saquon better than Kamara. You got Devontae Smith, who's the number 1 receiver, and you got Dallas Goedert, and you got the better offensive line.
Devontae got hurt though.
He got hurt in the 4th quarter. It was early in the 4th quarter, right? He got hurt. Right?
I want to say, yeah.
Somewhere around in there. He probably was the whole game. Now I'm not gonna say that was a bad. Also, it was a gruesome hit, but it was a legal one. He was still up, and dude came out and hit him. Now I saw a replay of him spitting on him. I don't know if that was true or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know if that was intentional. I ain't feeding too much into that.
So, but I don't think like it was like, oh my, they didn't go for. He didn't get hit in his head. His helmet popped off. He got hit in his back. You know what I mean? So, but I don't want to give us too much credit to Jalen Hurts for that. But he did. He did enough to win the game. That's all I gotta say with that. But good win for y'all though. Big win. And shout out to CJ for talking. I like that.
I do too, because we needed that. We needed that moxie back. We needed that moxie back in the locker room. We needed that in the worst way. And I even like Jalen Carter getting into it with the Saints. You know what I mean? Like
I ain't like him what he did. Like the game was over and he trying to fight cousin locker room. Like, bro, chill.
Yeah. That is a bit excessive. But I do feel like, again, tempers was flaring. You might not think the hit on Smitty was dirty. Highly unnecessary though. It was for a progressive stop. He weighed like $140, bro. He got 3 people already tackling him. The play's done. He's not going anywhere.
So you think the defender like, you know what? He's the $140. I'm not going to hit him. I'm going to leave him alone.
No, but I just think that as a defender when the play's over, the play, bro. The plays, Joe. Come on, bro.
Because he fumbled. He fumbled.
He caught. After the hit, he caught the ball. Let's just say the 10-yard line. He caught the ball at the 10-yard line. He got hit by one guy. Then he got hit by a second guy. Then a third guy came. They pushed him back 6-7 yards. Now the whistle should have been blown, so I blame the refs as well.
Yeah,
but in most cases, that type of hit ain't happening. Not to that degree. It's not happening. So people can say it's not dirty. Fine. Unnecessary though. Definitely an unnecessary hit. Bro. The play was done. I don't care what nobody say. The play was done. It was an unnecessary hit. That's just my opinion on it. When I saw it, I'm like, yo,
and look bad.
The man flew. He's a defensive lineman. He flew in out the cut and hit this man. Yo,
bro, it's a violent sport. And look, and real quick before you continue, he like the whistle didn't blow and he actually fumbled. So if they would have recovered that and deemed it as a fumble, it would have been a great play. But if I don't know why they didn't deem it as a fumble, but my thing is it looks bad because it's Devontae Smith. He's undersized and his helmet flew off. And then once his helmet flew off, they were diving for the ball and it was still active. And it was so dangerous, but that's a sport they play. It's a dangerous sport. And it was a legal hit. They always say play to the whistle blows. And that's exactly what he did. Because I've seen plenty of time where there's quarterbacks that are runners and they about to slide and somebody with like a lineman is trying to take them out. Because that's what you want to do. You want to hurt the opponent.
I do want to say this. I disagree with you, Carl. I disagree with you, Joe. I think it was unnecessary hit. That's just me.
All right, go ahead. We can move on. Go ahead.
But I want to say this. I'm going to point this out.
Okay.
You asked what Jalen Hurts did. Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter, 7-10, 112 yards, 107 QB rating. Last drive of the game, 2 of 3, 66 yards, 109 QB rating. And I knew where you was going to go. Oh, it was nothing. He just, Dallas Goedert, he just was wide open on the mesh play. You want to take a guess at who caught that mesh play? You want to guess who got to the line of scrimmage, saw man coverage, and audible to that mesh play? Jalen Hurts.
Oh
Goddard said it. Now, I'm not giving him immense credit. All I'm saying is we're not going to act like Goddard was just open because it was a blown coverage. He was open because Hurts and the offense outsmarted them, said, okay, they out here in man coverage. We need 16 yards. Let's audible to this mesh play. Let's see what happens. The mesh play happened. He went up there. He audible. The mesh play happened. Goddard, and he could have hit Dotson too. Both of them was open because Dotson ran through. Perfect decoy. He was the perfect decoy. Shout out to Dotson. He ain't catch many passes, but that was a great decoy. Shout out to Dotson running through, opening it up for Dallas Goedert to catch that ball and take it however many yards. It might have been, that was a 66-yard drive. It might have been 60 yards down the field, and then Saquon runs it in. But we cannot act like Jalen Hurts of last year or Jalen Hurts of the year before, maybe not making that change at the line of scrimmage. This is him progressing as a quarterback. So I'm not saying, oh my gosh, yes, he deserves immense credit for this. But what I will say, it adds to his game-winning drive total, which is at 9. He's got 9 game-winning drives. He got 7 fourth-quarter comebacks. And I want you to touch on this, Joe. I want you to touch on this before we move on, because you told me, somebody in the chat, I'm sorry, I forget your name. I apologize. Somebody in the chat told me Jalen Hurts can't play from behind. That's what I was told. Now, when someone says they can't do something, I'll give you an example, Joe. I can't swim. I cannot swim. Meaning, if you dunk me in deep water 20 times, I'm going to drown 20 different times. I'm going to drown 20 times because I cannot swim. It's impossible. I can't do it. I was told Jalen Hurts can't play from behind. And then I get in the chat later on, and I hear Joe say, actually, this game kind of helps add to that point. It makes it look a little bit more clear to me. So I want to throw some things at you really quick before we quickly move on. I got some things to throw at you really quick. So like I said, Jalen Hurts, he's got 9 total, fourth quarter comebacks, or 9 total come from behind wins, 7 total fourth quarter comebacks. In 2021, he had 2 comeback wins. This is before AJ got there, by the way. This is before we got the super powered offensive team. So before AJ got there, he had 2 game-winning drives. 2 4-4 comebacks. That's it. Last season, before the whole meltdown, everybody talks about the meltdown. They don't talk about what happened before the meltdown. Jalen Hurts, when trailing or tied, Jalen Hurts completed 71% of his passes for 1,710 yards, 14 touchdowns to 1 interception. He led the league with 114.4 QB rating when trailing. So I'm hearing he can't compete from behind, but I'm seeing him swim. They say he can't swim. I'm seeing he paddling. He looking like Michael Phelps. See, I'm seeing a lot. And then you go into this year, he trailed in the Packer game, found a way to win that game. He trailed the other night, found a way to trail against the Saints, found a way to win that football game. So I just want to clarify. I just want to make this point clear. No, he's not going to come from behind every game and win. Jalen Hurts is one of the clutchest quarterbacks in the league, though. If it's one thing you give him, it's that. He got a chance. Now, I will admit, he might throw a pick too. He might. But he has a proven track record that says, I can come from behind and compete. Heck, he did it twice against the Washington Commanders just last season. I forgot. So I just want to just point that out for the masses. I don't know what made you feel like this added to the point. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he was a quarterback that made it happen. But how many times has Tom Brady had a comeback where he's found a guy wide open for a big game? How many times have we seen Aaron Rodgers find a guy on the comeback where he's wide open for? Sometimes that type of stuff happens in football, especially if the quarterback makes an adjustment at the line. That's all I'm saying. To act like my boy can't compete from behind is crazy because we've seen him do it.
All right. So DeVore main statement was not, I'm going to say his name DeVore. His main statement wasn't Hurts cannot win from behind. That was probably one of his million statements about Hurts. But his whole situation was, if you put Justin Fields in his situation, he will be better. Now, I don't agree with that. But I said this game helps his narrative because Hurts did have 2 turnovers. Hurts did have Dallas guard yak yards go crazy. Hurts didn't do nothing spectacular this game to make your point in that debate look better. But if anything, it made his point better. He had 2 turnovers. He somewhat held y'all back. So that's why I said that this game helps DeVore more than you. Now, we want to talk about what game? The Buffalo Bills from last year. If that game would have happened, I would have said, you know what, AJ, this game helps your narrative. But this specific game, the Saints versus the Eagles, it doesn't help your narrative as much as it helped DeVore's narrative because Hurts was struggling the whole game. So that's why
until
Dallas Goedert caught a one-hand catch from that was a bad pass by Hurts. Until 2 defenders ran into each other and Goddard was wide open and took a drag 60 yards. So now Hurts has some comeback. But this game, I'm not going to say I'm like, man, Hurts called the audible. He's a daggone quarterback. I mean, I'm going to give him credit because he called an audible to a mesh. And then he knew that the defenders were going to run into each other. And then he's going to be wide open. Come on.
That's the point of the mesh concept against man coverage, Joe. That's why he audible to the play. It's 3rd and 16. This is the chance that we have right here. Audible into this play and allowing somebody, one of these guys got to get open on this play. This is what, and we don't have AJ and we don't have Devontae. I can't just throw it downfield to one of these guys. Wow, all I'm saying is the Justin Fields point, I'm not even addressing. It's not worth addressing. My biggest issue with him, his name is Devon, right?
DeVore.
My bad, DeVore. My issue with DeVore specifically is he said he can't play from behind. I said, who can't play from behind? He said Hurts. And I threw at him the same numbers I just threw at you. And no matter how you want to slice it, no matter how you want to cut it and dice it and go into the context of how it looked and all of that, it's a game in a drive. I've seen quarterbacks miss wide open throws. Like you said, he threw a bad pass to Goddard. He caught it with one hand. That type of stuff happens. So at the end of the day, no, I don't give him a ton of credit. No, he didn't play great the whole football game. But what I will say is that narrative that he can't compete from behind, he showed me he can overcome his turnovers. And when the Saints go and score a touchdown, I could come back however it's done and get the ball in the end zone as well.
Real quick, I got it right here. That's what he said. Saints just have an explosive offense, and teams are forced to throw the ball to keep up, which is Hurts' biggest weakness. Y'all were forced to keep up with nothing against the Saints. So his whole purpose of the Saints game was that you are going to have to keep up with the Saints. And that's what he brought. That's what he said. Now he might say something else.
He also jumped in the chat, Joe, and we can move on. He also jumped in.
That's him.
He jumped in the chat during the, because I scrolled up and looked. He jumped in the chat during the game. After the boys went up 12-10, this is his chance to prove me wrong.
He did say
and
that,
what he do? So I mean, that's all. We could go down here and we could if we go back through the history of game-winning drives, Joe. We can look at a plethora of Tom Brady drives, a plethora of Eli Manning Super Bowl drives, a plethora of Aaron Rodgers drives, Brett Favre drives, whatever quarterback, Mahomes drives. And you can say, oh, that might have been a little lucky. Oh, so he got wide open. How he get so open? That's crazy. Mahomes scored in 13 seconds because he got two playmakers that could just get open and get yak.
So look, do you think Justin Fields couldn't do what Hurts did?
You said what?
Do you think Justin Fields could have done what Hurts did?
I'm not comparing Justin Fields to Jalen Hurts.
But that's the narrative. So that's why I said like that game did not prove your side. Like Hurts,
it proved my side. It helped prove my side from the coming. I'm not commenting on it. I refuse.
That's something different. Cause you do
that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Okay.
That's all I was getting at, which is why I had these numbers.
I told you Hurts showing that he was clutch. That's how last year.
Yeah, that's the narrative I was getting at. That's the narrative I thought you was getting at. So I'm like, hold on, Joe of all people who has seen Jalen Hurts come through with the Superman cape against his team 2 straight times.
Terrible defense too, but go ahead.
I mean, is it a comeback victory?
That's terrible.
It's a comeback dub. So I mean, that's how I see it. The Justin Fields stuff, man. If people want to run with the narratives, I said it before and I'll say it again. I will no longer address if you drop this quarterback in this system, this would happen. Y'all can have that. Side quest conversations. But I'll work in reality. The reality is this is what he's done. This is what he's currently doing. You can add the turnovers to that because that is also a part of reality that I'm not hiding from. Jalen Hurts got to get better. You got to get better. This has come a bit too normal right now. Yeah, I will admit that. I will openly admit that. He got it. And I said that week 1. Jalen, you got to start turning the ball over. This is crazy. But
Commander fan real quick for you. Sorry, cut you off.
Yeah, but
now,
wait.
When y'all went to the Super Bowl and early last year, I watched y'all games. I'm like, okay, Hurts gonna find a way. I'm not gonna lie. When I watch y'all now, Hurts don't fear me I have to be honest. I watched the game. I'm like, yo, I don't think Hurts gonna do anything. Now I do believe in the weapons. So if he does throw the ball. Maybe A.J. Brown's wide open. Maybe Devontae Smith made a great move, make a great catch. Got Saquon Barkley. When y'all hand the ball off, that's when I'm like, oh, God. But when y'all drop back, I'll be like, all right, I'm not even worried for real. So Hurts got to get back to that because he has turned the ball over. He's been careless.
That's because
the thing.
That's because down the stretch of last year, you seen the game against the Seahawks. You seen now the game against the Jets. The game against, you've seen multiple games where it's like game on the line. He's throwing game-ending interceptions by making smart decisions. So I will admit that. And he even said in his post-game press conference after the loss against Atlanta, I probably should have dinked and dunked my way down the field. We had enough time to do it. I was trying to give guys an opportunity. That'd be the problem. I'm trying to give AJ a chance, trying to give Devontae a chance. Sometimes you ain't got to give him a chance. Hit the open man. I will admit he got to get better. But y'all can decide not to fear Jalen with the game on the line all y'all want to. Y'all go ahead, continue to not fear that.
Look, all I know is my guy, back to back. I mean, I don't know, only the game winning drive, but he did hit a clutch game winning, touchdown Terry. And he had a game winning drive against the Giants. So
I think those do count as game winning drives, if I'm not mistaken. The Giants one definitely counts as a game.
The Giants
winning drive.
does, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but It is. But could the Bengals score after that? So I don't know. But anyways.
Yeah.
But look, last thing I'm gonna say is this. Another reason why it's a great win, AJ. No AJ Brown. Devontae Smith gets hurt. Lane Johnson stormed in the sideline. And y'all lost another lineman. Offensive
Mekhi
lineman.
Beckman.
There you go. And y'all found the Eagles. Sirianni, crazy fourth down decisions. All that stuff going on. And against the hottest team in the NFL. At their home, and y'all found the way to win. Y'all showed championship football that day. I gotta give y'all credit. And once again, shout out to GJ for calling out Michael Parsons. I like that. Yeah. And I hope Micah say something back.
Yeah, well, you know, Micah started that too, right? You saw that, right?
I know he did. I saw Micah say.
Okay.
I don't even know what that's about, man. You know, and then I don't even know what he said. I just saw notification that he went at Micah. I don't even know what he said. So
we can get into that. We got 2 more left. We could. I don't know. We can kind of run through this because we running real late on time. My bad, y'all. The Eagles topic I knew was gonna take a minute because I had to get that off my chest. But next question.
Took 30 and the Eagles took 30.
Yeah. So that's just kind of how it goes. Y'all see the backgrounds. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Wait, the basketball season comes. My gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's gonna be a minute too. We got 2 teams that are off to a bit of a disappointing start, Joe. 2 teams that are contenders in the NFC. At least some believe. At least I think we both believe they are contenders in the NFC. At least before the season started. But which team has been more disappointing to start? Has it been the Dallas Cowboys 1-2 start, or has it been the 49ers 1-2 start?
Now look, let's be real. Are we surprised about the Cowboys? No. 49ers? Yes, we are. I'm more disappointed in the 49ers. Normally they have their bad stretch mid-season. They having their stress early. Now they have injuries. But I still think the Vikings game was winnable. I'll give them the Vikings game. But the Rams, they were up by 10 points. They had a quick 14 points. Now, I want to say something real quick, all right? Now, Steve Wilkes, he's somewhere laughing because he got fired because he was a scapegoat losing to Mahomes, only allowing 17 points a game. And what lost in the game against the Rams? The daggone defense. They couldn't hold up. All right? And look, I want to say something real quick. This week, right? Jayden Daniels, I said this in the last show. Jayden Daniels, 11 receptions, 175 yards, 3 touchdowns. Ooh, that was a pretty good game. Dallas Goedert, 170 yards, 10 catches. Dang, that's a really good game. Rashee Rice, 12 receptions, 110 yards, and a TD. A great game. Another receiver, 20 targets, 11 catches, 119 yards, and no touchdowns. Pretty good game, right? Is that a pretty good game?
Yeah.
What about for the season? What about for the season? Brandon Ayuk, man. Come on. 119 yards for the season? 20 targets, 11 catches for the season? No touchdowns for the season? 6th highest paid receiver in the NFL? Come on, man. I know you're rusty. I know you are. But we just saw Jamal Chase gain 2 touchdowns. We saw that. Brandon Ayuk, you say you was that guy. We need you to step up. If you would have stepped up, they win that game. He dropped so many key passes, and he dropped the little pitch. What that don't call a pitchback, John? You know, everybody just pitch. What that don't call from Maruzi? I forgot what it's called.
Like lateral or whatever it's called.
He did the lateral.
Yeah,
they were looking good. I mean, we talking about offensive lineman catching it, for the fullback catching it, and then it gets to him, he drops it. I'm like, dang, another drop. So I'm more disappointed in the 49ers because Brock Purdy is willing and dealing. He's looking really good. But they just not showing up. So I would say the Cowboys, come on now, really? Am I surprised? No.
See, this is the thing. You know, first off, you know, James Jones, he cool. He all right sometimes. Now, back to what we was just saying. I will admit, I again expected this in a way from San Fran. They shocked me week 1 because I was like, oh, dang, I kind of expected them to lose week 1. But ever since week 1, I wish Bibby had that sound for the Niners. You know what I mean? It's the same sound. Like they've been going downhill. I'll make this quick. This is what I'll say. The reason why I'm picking the Dallas Cowboys is because the 49ers are fresh off of a Super Bowl appearance. I keep telling everybody, like I told everybody last season, everybody want to make fun of Philly. Oh, just the butt of every joke. They started sending one, then they fell off, and then Jalen Hurts and the turnovers and Nick saying, it's hard getting back to the Super Bowl, bruh. It's hard. It's difficult playing at the level you was just playing at. It's extremely hard. The Eagles happen to start really hot and fall flat on their face, like a lot of people are saying. The Niners hopefully are starting slow to spike back up. But the injuries is why I'm slightly also giving them a pass. Everybody hurt. Brock Purdy might also be hurt. Everybody is banged up. So that's why, like, with the injuries, I changed the pick this last week in the pick 'em. That's one game I got right because I changed the pick. Because I'm like, bro, I know the Rams had a lot of players hurt too, but I'm like, bro, the Niners ain't got nobody out there right now. I'm gonna switch this to the Rams because it's like now I'm expecting y'all to lose more often than not because who y'all putting out there? In the case of the Cowboys, bro, CD Lamb is there, Micah Parsons is there, Dak Prescott, highest paid quarterback in the NFL, he there. Guys is there, the coaching staff is there. Like, I mean, and they Kellen Moore calling plays. I mean, I'm just saying, ain't Kellen Moore fault. I mean, y'all, this kind of looked like the 12-5 team that was there. No, Bland ain't there, but Diggs is back. So that's why I'm more disappointed in them. And it's how they've looked, bro. They've been getting thrashed. Don't give me the Ravens game where it was down 28-6. You score a touchdown, and you get an onside kick and make it close. No. They've been getting ran at on top of the L's they've been taking. So that's why I have to go with Dallas. Has been a little bit more just disappointing. Yes, they are also riding, an emotional roller coaster as well with what happened to them last season. But they don't have nearly as many injuries as the 49ers. Dallas ain't supposed to be getting ran at like this. What the Saints did to them had me a little nervous. I'm like, dang, bro, Saints just went into Dallas and killed them dudes, bro. What is man, this defense, like I said, this Eagles defense ain't looking so hot. And then to see what Philly just did to them compared to what happened to Dallas in Dallas, they are definitely more disappointed right now, bro. They definitely, for me, more disappointed start.
Now, I wasn't surprised they lost to the Ravens, but I give you the Saints. Yeah, that was crazy. They couldn't pressure their car. The Cowboys are front runners, bro. They don't get a lead. Their defense is vulnerable. So that's why I'm not surprised with that. And they always have a game like that. They get blown out like that. So
I wasn't surprised they lost to the Ravens. We both picked the Ravens. I was surprised it was down 28-6 at the crib. Bro.
I text my father. I said, y'all about to blow these dudes out. For real, because Lamar never played in Dallas, and it's like playing the Knicks. When a superstar go play the Knicks, they go crazy.
Yeah,
and that's how it is in Dallas. Shoot, RG3 first out in Dallas.
Yeah.
I can't wait till Jayden go there. Oh my gosh, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, that's fact. So last topic before we get to the pick'ems, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to talk about another quarterback in another team, which is Justin Fields, man. Justin Fields is the leader of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like Russell Wilson supposed to be the starting quarterback, calf injury. Justin Fields steps in and take advantage of the moment. 3-0, just won against the Chargers, who were also undefeated. So the Steelers, they never go under 500. They made the playoffs, but they always like a first round exit. So how far can Justin Fields take the Steelers team?
So this is my thing. The Steelers defense is insane. I'll make this quick for me. Their defense is insane. It just looks ridiculous. The defensive line, the secondary look great. We respect Mike Tomlin as a head coach. Them boys playing out of their minds, and they playing for Justin Fields. Offensively, I like the rushing attack that they have. Najee Harris is supposed to be playing this week. I know he has some type of shoulder injury that he's dealing with. I appreciate you playing, my brother. I'm going to need you in fantasy. I need you right now, bro. Pacheco out. I need you to play. I appreciate you playing. A dog. You a dog. I respect it. I need that. But my biggest question mark is about the offense, bro. And that's why I can't have them going too far right now. I have to see them like this. The thing. All right, you played. I'm not going to, obviously I dismissed the Falcons and they beat us. So it looked crazy, right? Cool, whatever. But you played Atlanta. You was able to get constant pressure on Kirk. We all know you get pressure on Kirk. It's over with. Then you played the Broncos. Okay. Then you played the Chargers and Herbert not even healthy. I mean, he limping around all game. I'm not dismissing their wins and saying their wins are nothing because some of these games I predicted they would lose. But what I am saying is, depending on the matchups in the playoffs, I feel like they got to win their division in order to really make some real noise. If you go into the playoffs as a wild card team and you got to see say the Ravens somehow come back and win the division. You guys see the Ravens in the first round. I don't like that matchup because I think the Ravens are going to score points. This defense is great. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a lot trying to hold it. I mean, ain't nobody scored more than 10 points on these guys yet. What happens when the defense have a bad day and they put up 23 points? What happens at that point? You gonna get Justin Fields gonna get you out of a shootout? I'm not sold on that just yet. I'm not saying it's impossible, and you could dominate time of possession with that run game and Justin Fields as well. But what happens if you got to see Mahomes? What happens, if you got to see Lamar in the playoffs? What happens if you got to see? Hey, y'all see Aaron Rodgers? Sidebar. Aaron Rodgers looking like he back for real now. Just looking good. He did look good, yeah. just looking good. I just want to throw that out there. So what happens if you see Aaron Rodgers? Like what happens when you see these offenses that can score points? Are you going to be able to match that? I'm not saying the defense won't be able to get stops. For sure, they'll be able to get stops. But at some point, bro, that defense ain't going to be able to hold everybody to under 10 points, under 15, under 18 points. Literally, nobody has scored more than 10 points. The defense ain't gonna be able to do that against the more high-powered offenses in the league. So they're gonna need that offense to step up and make plays. And I'm not confident that I just haven't seen it. Let me just say that I haven't seen it. Until I see it, I'll have a different take. But for right now, I think they're first round exit like usual, bro. I think they make the playoffs, but I don't see them going to new heights. I see them being in the same spot for the most part. If they win their division, we're having a different conversation. It come through Pittsburgh. But even then, bro, say you right. Say Burrow slips into the playoffs. Again, say Lamar slips in. You're not holding them teams in the playoffs to 10 points, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening. Mm-hmm. So that's why I got them in the same spot until I see Justin Fields score 23, 27, 30 points every now and then. Give me something here and there. Yeah. Then we having a different conference. Then I know it's there. Always the potential is there. But don't give me, no shot at Von and his team. But I heard him say, well, that'd have been a play if it didn't get called back with a penalty. And then this happened and this, the penalty. And, then it was really a pass interference, but they ain't called. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I see 10, I see 18. I see 13. I see 20. It ain't enough. That's how I see it. But we respect that defense, bro. Number one in the league for a reason. Just saying.
Yeah, man. Now, look, I will say this. The Steelers do a great job against Lamar. Lamar struggles with a few teams. He struggles with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he struggles with the Chiefs. So he struggles with those two teams. So if they do see Lamar, the Steelers will feel good about that matchup. Now, if they got to see the Chiefs, Josh Allen, like a team that can put up a bunch of points. That's what I'm worried about with the Steelers. We haven't seen them play from behind yet. We haven't seen the offense been pressured to score. They've been relying on defense. They only allow like 5 or 6 points a game or something like that. 6 or 8 points a game. They're going crazy. TJ Watt is clearly right now the defensive player of the year as we speak. He is balling out. Now, yeah. So my ceiling for them is similar to you. First round exit. Now I do see them winning the game if it's the right matchup. If they play like, let's say, I don't know, like I guess like a CJ Stroud. You never know because CJ Stroud, we see them so far. They haven't been high power. They only been high power game 1 against the Colts. Outside of that, they've been struggling against good defenses. So if they can, but if they run into like a, they could make the second round. I would say that could be their ceiling in the second round. They could get out the wild card because their defense is that good. So as long as they could play with a lead, they can get the wild card. But I don't see them making no AFC championship game with Justin Fields. I haven't seen enough. So if I see, like I told you, Ron, in the last episode on our tour show, I got to see Justin Fields play with some pressure to score some points. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I just, I think the only way it happens is if they win their division and they get that first home game. I think then all bets are off. But I think if you going in as a wild card team, like how they've been doing the last few years, bro, I don't know if there's a matchup out there that's going. I don't know, bro. I know they Baltimore, he give them a hard time and all that, but I think Lamar in the playoffs is. You said what?
They could beat the Jets.
With Rodgers, bro, in the play. I understand Rodgers has not been amazing in the playoffs, bro. But Rodgers, he gonna score more than 10. I promise you, he gonna score more than 10. Yeah, I guarantee it, bro. He gonna put up more than 10. Now, the Niners have had his number, but he put up points on the Bucks. He's put up points against other teams that he's played in the playoffs. It's just them Niners, bro. The Niners got his number.
Titans week 2.
You said who?
With the Titans. They struggled.
That's true. Yeah, hey, but we just seen him. Hey, he getting over the Achilles. You seen him moving around
with the Patriots. Yeah,
I'm loving the Jets winning that division. Still, I'm rocking with Rodgers, bro. I'm rocking with A-Rod. Trust and believe. Shout out to Gary Wilson. Got him in a trade. Pick'ems.
All right, Howie.
Yeah, man. I wish I had this shade. That's why I need my shade. So Howie vision.
Man, I revisited that trade. I'm like, what the world, man? All right.
Hey, Teddy, it's pleasure doing business with you. I still think it's gonna work out for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I do like my return, though. I do like my return a lot. I'm just saying, I like my return a lot. The pick'ems, last topic of the day. I lost some games this past week. I am 24-23. And I gotta see Joe real quick. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Hold on. What's your record again?
I'm 24-23.
You are. Hold on. No. That's not your record. Hold on.
Oh, 24-24.
Yeah. Yes. I'm 23 and 25. I'm creeping.
Yeah, you right there.
DK Metcalf. He coming.
Okay. First game, Thursday night, 88% of people are picking Dallas to beat the Giants. I am as well. I think they're going to smoke the Giants.
Also, AJ.
Yes.
Injuries happen. I think we should stick with what we say on the show.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair.
All
right. So, 88% of people are picking Dallas to beat the Giants. I'm rocking with Dallas.
Same.
All right. Then we got the Saints at the Falcons. 58% of people are picking the Saints to beat the Falcons.
I'm going to go with the Falcons.
You going with the Falcons?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one for me.
It is. I'm going with the Falcons.
I think I'm going to go with – it's on the road. I think I'm going to go with the Falcons as well. If this was in the Dome, I might pick the Saints, but I think we might have rattled them a little bit this past week. We'll see. And that secondary is crazy. We
exposed Derek Carr. Actually, I did.
Yeah. We got the Rams going to the Bears. 74% of people are picking the Rams.
I'm gonna go Rams.
You go Rams? I'm gonna go. Oh man, I'm sorry. I can't.
4th week in a row.
I can't, bro. I can't. I'm sorry, Caleb. I can't pick you right now. But I gotta go with the Rams. I'm making smart picks, bro. Got to.
You know what? I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Okay, all right. I'll stick with the Rams.
I'm going to the Bears. I got you, Caleb.
I'm sticking with the Reds. All right. 60% of people are picking the Vikings to go on the road and beat the Green Bay Packers. I am also going to rock with the Vikings, man. I love what I'm seeing. Jordan Love coming back does shake things up. I don't know if he's going to be back, but for now, I'm going to rock with the Vikings.
Going Packers.
Okay. We got 82% of people picking the Steelers to beat the Colts. I'm also rocking with the Steelers. And this game is in Indy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers too.
All right, we got
problems.
We got 93% of people to pick Aaron Rodgers at home to beat the Browns the Broncos, and I'm definitely picking Aaron Rodgers and the Jets as well.
Then Daniel Hackett revenge game.
You going with the Jets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Brady might have something up his lead though. I'm letting you know right now.
Okay. All right.
They got both picks.
Oh, this is going to be the hardest one for me, bro. We got Philly. 70% of people are picking Philly to beat Tampa. This is so hard for me because I don't know if AJ is going to play. I'm assuming Devontae is not going to play. I'm not. Same thing you said, Joe. I'm not picking against my team. I'm picking Philly.
My man, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm picking Philly on the road. I don't care who there. We got Hurts. I'm picking Philly.
I'm going Bucks. My bad. But I had picking me for the season though.
I feel that. Yeah, it's just if AJ and Smitty not playing, it's gonna be tough. Hopefully, one of them can play. We got 83% of people are picking the Bengals to beat the Panthers. They got to get a win at some point. I'm also going with the Bengals.
Same, going with the Bengals.
95% of people are picking the Texans at home to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars. They not winning the division, Joe. I'm picking the Texans.
My last time, I'm going with the Jags.
Oh, that's an L. That's an L.
I'm going with the Jags.
We got the Commanders on the road against the Cardinals. I am rolling with the Cardinals. 63% of people agree with me.
Commanders. I know that the Cardinals colors kind of too, but Commanders.
All right. We got 96% of people picking the 49ers to beat the Patriots at home.
49ers.
I want to rock with the Patriots. I'm not going to lie, but to be safe, I'm going to rock with the 49ers. I'm going to rock with the Niners. But, man, if Purdy don't play, I don't know, bro. I ain't going to lie. But I'm going to rock with the Niners. 51% of people are picking the Browns to beat the Raiders in Las Vegas. I am rocking with the Raiders. I cannot pick the Browns under any circumstance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bounce back game for the Raiders.
Okay. We got the Chiefs at LA against the Chargers. 90% of people are picking. What'd you say?
Derwin James, he's out.
Oh yeah. 90% of people are picking the Chiefs. I'm also rocking with the Chiefs in that matchup on the road. Even though Mahomes got to play better, we're not talking about him as much. But I mean, he's Super Bowl champ. We respect it. I'm just saying he got to play better. He also, Mahomes got as many interceptions as Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
No. Just saying, but he got them Super Bowls behind him. So
he got these right here. He got some rings.
He got the jury. So and he beat my boy in the bowl. So I ain't gonna say much. I'm just saying. Put things in context just a little bit. You know what I mean? But just saying. Maybe game of the week. Buffalo at Baltimore. 56% of people are picking Buffalo. I'm rocking with Baltimore.
I'm going Buffalo. Sorry, Carl. Sorry, Carl.
Okay. I kind of need them to win this game for my pick. So I'm rocking with the Ravens.
Yeah, AJ, I'm going Baltimore, man. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Gotta go with what you feel, bro. Gotta go with what you feel.
I'm going Baltimore.
Gotta go with what you feel, bro.
Yeah, they wanted to, bro. They gotta win this game.
They got to. Dolphins and it's in Baltimore. 69% of people are picking the Miami Dolphins to beat the Tennessee Titans. The Dolphins have looked so bad, bro.
This one is tricky.
And
the Titans beat them last year too.
They did.
So
it's in Miami. I'm gonna go with the upset, Joe. I'm gonna pick the Titans. I might regret that, but I'm gonna go with the upset.
Just to go against you, I'm gonna pick the Dolphins.
Okay. All right. And last game of the week, Monday night, we got Seattle at the Lions. We got 81% of people picking the Lions to beat the Seahawks at home.
I'm going Lions.
I'm also gonna rock with Detroit.
Okay.
I'm also gonna rock with Detroit.
All right.
There you have it. We shall see how this comes to fruition, man. We shall see how this goes.
All right, man. Listen, man. Great show, AJ. I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
appreciate everybody in the comment section. We had a great time today. It was a great show. Shout out to the whole Refuse to Lose Network. Shout out to the whole Refuse to Lose family. My boy Jayden looking like a superstar. Shout out to them Commanders because you had the whole media just praising us. I mean, we're talking about every single show. I was just click. Not one bad word uttered the whole day. Which I'm kind of scared about that because I like being an underdog.
Yeah.
But shout out to Terry McLaurin. I'm happy for you, man. You finally got your guy. So, shout out to you, AJ, once again. Unfazed.
Appreciate you.
Multiple shows said he looked unfazed yesterday. I peeped it. They said it. So shout out to Unfazed.
Shout out to Unfazed. My last quick words again. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I know we went way over time. My wife is probably not happy right now. I apologize, my lady. What I will say is this. AJ, if you can't go, we gotta buy next week, bro. Don't force it. Devontae, if you can't go, we gotta buy next week, bro. Don't force it. If we gotta go 2-2 for the sake of being healthy, I'm not gonna like looking at the 2-2, especially if the Commanders win. I'm not gonna like it, but we talking longevity. You gotta be 100% down the line. Hurts, I'm still counting on you to find a way, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still counting on you to find a way. It'll be tough, especially if Lane also don't play. It's not a good matchup, but I picked y'all for a reason, I believe, and we shall see. Basketball season around the corner. Let's go, Bron. Let's go, AD. Kings obviously got, they got DeMar DeRozan this offseason, so that's gonna be crazy. But again, thank y'all for tuning in this week, man. We appreciate all the love, and we'll catch y'all next week on Our Face.
Let's get it. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.